He couldn't read. He couldn't write. He had no lawyer, no money, and no power. He sued the United States government anyway and forced it to answer. 1846. An enslaved man walks into a courthouse and files a lawsuit against his own owner. It would take 11 years, 2 trials, and a Supreme Court case to decide his fate, and it would help set a nation on the path to war. Dred Scott was an enslaved man born in Virginia who was taken by his owner to live for years in Illinois and the Wisconsin Territory regions where slavery was legally prohibited under federal law. After his owner died, Scott filed a lawsuit arguing that because he had lived for years on free soil, he and his family should be legally recognized as free. It was an enormous risk. Failure meant remaining enslaved for life, with no legal recourse left to try again. The case dragged through Missouri courts for over a decade, initially winning, then getting overturned on appeal. Scott refused to give up, eventually taking the case all the way to the United States Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the country. In 1857, the Supreme Court ruled against Scott in a decision that shocked the nation. Chief Justice Roger Taney declared that Black Americans, free or enslaved, could never be considered citizens and had no right to sue in federal court at all. The ruling was intended to settle the slavery debate permanently. Instead, it outraged abolitionists across the North, deepened the divide between free and slave states, and is widely regarded by historians as one of the key events that accelerated the country toward civil war. Scott himself was eventually purchased and freed by a sympathetic family months after the ruling. He lived as a free man for less than 2 years before he died, never seeing the broader change his case had helped set into motion. Though the court ruled against him, Scott's willingness to fight is remembered as an act of extraordinary defiance. An enslaved man with nothing, demanding the law recognize his humanity, and forcing an entire nation to confront the question it had been avoiding. If this story moved you, follow for more untold true stories of history's real heroes.